Today I'm removing the hubs off of a Dana 60. This is on my 68 GMC Suburban. The axle is out of an 87 K30 dually. So I'm removing the hubs because I'm going to turn down these hubs into single wheel. You also have to do this if you want to replace the brake rotors or anything like that. On a Dana 60 axle, you have to remove the hub to get to the brakes and all that. So first thing, make sure your lockouts are in free, and you got to take this little couple bolts off of right here, and usually they're held in with an Allen bolt, and I went and grabbed a bunch of Allen wrenches, but I guess mine is with a Torx head bolt, so I had to dig through and find one of those, and for this it's a T25 Torx bit. Just go, spread them all with penetrating oil, just carefully loosen them all up. Finish loosening up these bolts for the lockout hub. Pull it off of here. And don't lose those. And now there's one extra screw holding it in right here, and you pull that out. Release this here. Pull that spring. Not sure if you're going to be able to see it very well. There's a little tab that keeps it in, little ring right here. You can see the end of it. You want to find that end and just kind of get a screwdriver in there to slowly pry it out. Now there's a little ring holding right around here, and you'll just spread that open here, pull that guy off, use this little tool right here, spreads it open, that ring, put the parts bucket. Now I've put the Allen bolts, or I guess they're Torx head bolts, back on the hub, just kind of get a good handle to pull it off with. As you can see by all the cobwebs and niceties on this, this is why I'm tearing this axle apart to rebuild. There's a little bolt right here that holds the caliper in place, and this needs to be taken off to take the caliper off. Normally you would also have to find a way to hang up your brake lines, because you probably wouldn't want to disconnect them, but I'm getting all new calipers because this thing's toast. It is held in with a 1/4 inch Allen head bolt, which on this one is very rounded off and almost couldn't get off. Just loosen that up here. And there's this little tab right here. Now that we have that retaining bolt out, there's this little tab that we need to slide forward to get the caliper clear. Just take a stuck in there pretty good. There we go. This guy right here. Other side. Oh, that's lovely. Alright, and now that we're here and have pretty much, you know, all the clips and snap rings and everything removed from the hub, there is a spindle nut in there which you need a special socket for. You do not want to use a hammer and chisel to get it out, because then you end up with problems, and sometimes it won't. You need a special socket, And I found a lot of conflicting info online. Depending on your axle, a couple of different types of sockets work. I couldn't find two answers on what works. This is what I was told works, and it sucks. Doesn't work at all. It just kept slipping. See, it has the exposed nubs on the end. I ended up trying this style. It's power built 2.5 inch inner spindle nut. The part number there. I'll have links in the description and the full write-up on CarnellValleyClassics.com, or you can just go get it. I got it on Amazon. It's like 20 bucks. This one was about 18, but wasn't worth a damn. So I ended up spending about $40 for this one tool, which I'll probably use once, hopefully. And there's a little nut in there, and you need this to get it off. I've already loosened it up because I messed around with the incorrect one for over a day and just wanted to get it done with. I need to get that out of there. See, the inner nut right here. You can see how it fits over. With the nubs being inside, or whatever you want to call them, it grabs a lot better instead of slipping off. It has something to bite against. And after you get the spindle nut off, there's a washer right here. It goes in between. And right here, you're probably hoping you had a magnet, but try to fish it out of there with the two flattish devices. Here. And then there's another spindle nut, which we're going to use our socket again for, hopefully. Oh, fits in there good. And this one's a lot looser than it's supposed to be. It goes right on the bearing, on the wheel bearing, so you don't want it super tight. Let's get this big ol' dually hub off of here. Good old well, that perfect fit for this spindle nut socket. Make sure you keep track of which one goes where. I hope you are, because I'm not. And just like that, this giant thing is off.